Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So we are just on our way back from the sawmill. We didn't have a lot else that we wanted to do between episodes, so all I've done is just drive back to here and we can get across this rickety old bridge with our whopping great big road train. My question for this week, I have a sawmill in... Oops, okay. That is not the way to go across a rickety old bridge. I think I'm completely stuck against the side. Oh dear. This was not according to plan. Right, we're going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to do some serious shunting here. Because it's kind of gotten itself stuck. I could turn like that. Maybe back up a little bit. Oh dear. This is a fine start to the episode, isn't it? This isn't... Look at that. I'm completely jackknifing that trailer and dolly up there. That isn't the way to do it. That I would have completely obliterated that hitch on there by now. Bad things would have happened to it, and if we have a mechanic that works on our farm, he would be currently screaming all sorts of invectives at me for completely destroying the hitch and everything else there. So we'll just pretend that bit didn't happen. Anyway, my question for this week. We have, right here, a placeable sawmill that has been created by Mahu and Kevin something. Kevin 68, Kevin 98, Kevin someone. I'm not quite sure who, but it was Mahu and Kevin. Have created this here sawmill, and what you do is you put fuel in and you put logs in, and then you get pallets of timber out and you get some wood chips out as well, so you can sell them both. And apparently you can sell the pallets of timber at the wood chip sell points. I don't know if you could use them for other things. There are other mods now available. I know you can use the bee pack, and you can use some of the timber from that to make the beehives, which is a really good sort of use of it. So yeah, would you like me to get the factory? Would you like me to start putting a few factories into this map? If you would, then head in the comment section down below. Let us know. Well, actually, if you would or you wouldn't, head into the comment section down below. Let us know what you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually vote up in the top right-hand corner by mousing over and clicking on the little white circle. It's your vote. It's your game. Now then, now that we've battled our way back and gone across the rickety old bridge and destroyed the side of it and destroyed our vehicle whilst in the process, we're going to be using our placeable that we put down, and there it is. So I'm just going to bring... Actually, I'll take the truck on round a little bit further, and then we can leap out of here and hop into the Scorpion King. I was told by... And I'm really sorry, I can't remember her name. I got a feeling it was Laurie, was it? Is it Laurie? I'm not sure. I genuinely can't remember your name. I'm really sorry, but did point out that I'm actually pronouncing the company name wrong. It's not Ponzi. I've been saying the Ponzi Scorpion, or the Ponzi this and the Ponzi that. Apparently it's not Ponzi. It's Pons. Just Pons, not Ponzi. So, yeah, I got that wrong. They said actually just go and go to one of the pronunciation sites and type it in there, and they'll show you how to pronounce it different. So that brings me to a very interesting point, is pronunciations of things. Do any of you here think that I have been pronouncing it correctly? Do some of you think that I've been pronouncing it wrong? How do you pronounce the company name? Is there any hard and fast way to do it? I'd be interested to hear people's views on this one, because I know that in some places you pronounce words in certain ways, and in other places people look at you like you've completely lost your mind. I quite often get this because here in the UK we do pronounce some things quite a bit differently than other people in different parts of the world. So, yeah, it's always interesting to find these things out. Now, I am curious, can we stick an 8-metre log onto this bench? So let's just do one 8-metre. I don't think we're going to be able to do this, because if we drop that on there, all it's going to do is just drop off the side. So what we're going to need to do, I think, is to drop in 1 metre length. So we go to F1, and then to change the cut length, we press Y, like that. So we've got 1 metre lengths, and then you've got to bring it over a bit closer. And I reckon about there or two. Or maybe we could come back a little bit. If we go there. Let's try that. Let's drop a 1 metre length. There we go. So how does it work? Shreds it. And it should sell it. We should get some money at some point. But I don't know when we get the money and how long it takes for us to get the money. Oh, the money's coming in. Is it coming in as soon as it drops, or is it coming in after it goes through the chipper, through the grinder there? So that's stuck now at the entrance. Let's drop in another one. See what that does. 1,826 sold wood. Pull that back. I'll drop that back a bit there. Let's try that. That's sticking. Yeah, see, I don't really know how we're getting what we're getting the money for. And I don't think I'm getting money for the wood chips. I think that the wood chips are dropping down underneath. Let me try bringing this right over here and drop it down. That's right. They're getting sort of instant done, but are we getting wood chips build up anywhere, or are we getting money for wood chips as well? Because I don't know if you can drop wood chips into this thing. Interesting little thing. I seen a video a couple days ago, which has got to be one of the funniest videos that I have ever seen. Now, I was wondering whether or not I should tell you about this video, because it does have a curse word partway through it that is rather poorly disguised. And I do have a policy of keeping this channel absolutely clean. However, I think that it is worth it. If you're underage or you don't like certain curse words, then you probably don't want to watch it, just because it is poorly disguised and you will, easily be able to know that they're saying it. So I don't want to offend anybody. But basically this song is called Chicken Attack. And it is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It is a man who's kind of opera singing and yodeling about a chicken attacking someone. And I figured that, well, I can talk about this because it's to do with farming. It's a chicken. So, yeah, and I was in absolute stitches. My children have been watching this as well, and they just can't get enough of it. It's the kind of thing that you watch and you think, oh my goodness, that is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. I've never seen anything so ridiculous in all my life. What's going on? What has happened with the world that we now think that something like this is acceptable? And then you watch it again, and it kind of gets addictive, and you can't stop yourself watching it. You don't know why you can't stop watching it, but you can't, and you're kind of worried and disturbed that you can't stop watching it, but at the same time, it's absolutely hilarious. So, you can see it. There's either a video been floating around on Facebook. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not have. But it's also on Spotify. The song is actually on Spotify, which really made me laugh. And just type in Chicken Attack on Spotify and you'll be able to find the video. It's at least listen to the song. It is absolutely hilarious. It's brilliant. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend you try it out just to see what it's like. And you may thank me for it, you may not. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see. So yeah, Chicken Attack. Go and have a look it up. It's yodeling and chickens. Yeah. Right, let's just chop up this last one. So we can't dump an 8-meter log onto the bed of that thing. But what we can do, I'm hoping, is I'd like to get maybe the Manitou and use that one that we could pick up a log and drop in. I'm not sure. I don't really like the in-game log forks. I never really have. So, I don't know. We might not. Let's just chuck another one of those on there. We've got one last log here that we need to cut up, and then that's all of that tree. We do seem to be getting a reasonable amount of money by chucking it into this. I know that it's taking a little bit to cut it up and put it in, but it does seem to work fairly well. And we're going to be trying something else today as well, and I've no idea how well this is going to work. It's going to be an involved process, but it will mean that we don't have to drag the tree. Right, come on. See if we can get this log through. There we go, last one. We won't have to drag the tree back this way. So that one's gone up on there. Should go in. There we go. Right. So we're up to 14,600. I think we had 6,000 something before. So we've had like 8,000 for that tree, which I think is, I don't know what that's like. I don't know how that compares actually. It seems to be a reasonable number, I think. So let's just do one more tree, and hopefully I can do this one a little bit quicker than I did the last one. So there we go. Chop that one off. Bring it back, and then I'm going to go, we will need to get like a couple of placeables so that we can try out the next bit, and I'm thinking that we won't use the Manitou today. I think that we'll bring like the Manitou type things over next time. We'll use loaders next week. Going by the way the vote is, sort of looking at the vote for the sawmill, I'd say that we're most likely going to get the sawmill. So we'll see if we can get it next week. I don't know if we'll be able to, because obviously we don't have a huge amount of money at the moment. But we might be able to cut up enough here and, actually get the thing to work. But the one issue I've got is how I'm going to do this next part. You've got these placeables, and there's only so much room that you've got on this bed, and what I'd like to do is to try and find a way that we can tip logs onto this bed. And so, turn them straight into money. But that's not necessarily going to be as easy as you'd think, because you've got to be able to fit them in. And I can get a trailer up there, but it's whether or not they're all going to, go onto the bed properly, so that we... You'll see what I mean. Let me just get... We've got a placeable that we need to buy now. So I'll go here, and I'll go into the shop, and then we go placeables... we want to come up through here. Right, so there we go. We got the ramp here. Modcreator.at. That is... I don't think there's another ramp. There is another loading ramp somewhere, but it's not the one that I want. I want this one here. And what my idea is... Let me just come up here. I need to spin round, so I'm using the arrow keys to spin my rotation round so that I can get a better view of this. Now, what I'm thinking... I want to come up here. I'm actually going to need to spin me around a bit more, aren't I? Here we go. There. Now, if I use the Q and the E keys, I can turn that one round. And how close can I get it to there? I can go here. That might be close enough. What I'd like to do is I'd like to put one of these as close as I can here. And then I want to get a trailer. And I want to load it up and then back it up and tip the timber in. So I want to come back round actually, because I want to line it up. I want the timber to be able to tip. I want all those logs to be able to tip directly onto that chute, and that's going to be the really tricky bit for this little task that we're going to try. So let's go there, and we'll put that loading ramp there. Now hopefully that will be close enough. So I press escape to come out of there. And let's just jump out and take a look. So we can come up here. Hopefully we can bring the tractor. It can come up there, and then it can back down here. Back up onto that ramp. And the trailer, I'm hoping, is going to stick out far enough that it can get onto there. That is going to be the really tricky part, is whether it's high enough. If it's not, this whole thing is not going to work. I'm going to have to just sell the ramp and give up on this idea. But this was kind of what I was hoping to do. And then you can just have this one and a trailer. So I'm going to just nip up to the dealership a minute. We've got the voucher up there already. We left it up there. And we're going to get a trailer. Thinking carefully about which trailers that we should use. We could use one of these very small ones, but I don't think it's going to be able to reach far enough back. Then I was thinking, well, that one would probably be the best one suited for the voucher, because it's not a very big tractor. But this one's got 3 axles, which means that we could probably get away with one of the axles hanging out over the back of the ramp. So that might be our best option. This one here is getting a bit too big. So that one seems to have the axle furthest forward. Then, of course, we could go and have a look at the modded ones. This is all ones from ModHub. I don't have any trailers from anywhere else. And we could try one of these smaller trailers, but I think what we'll do first is we will try that Joskin trailer. That Cramper Big Body 900 again might be okay, but it's more expensive. So I think we'll go for not that Joskin. That one's too big. This one here, the Transpace 800. 8,000, sorry, the Transpace 8,000. So we lease that one for $2,800 and come back out of there. So there is our trailer. Now I'm hoping that that will be able to reach far enough back to tip logs directly onto that placeable. We'll see in a minute. This is like the crucial part. I've wanted to do this for ages. I mean, if it doesn't work, what we could try is just load it up with small logs and then run it up to the sawmill and tip it up there. But the whole idea of having that placeable was that we'd be selling into the placeable, and I was kind of hoping that we'd do it like this. And if you remember, I dropped off the weight right up here, saying that I would probably forget about the weight and not use it, and then go buy another one and then realise it was here. But fortunately, I have remembered that the weight is here, so we'll use that one. And I'm going to go to here. Right, I need beacons and other stuff on. I've been told that I don't actually need to have my flashing hazards on when I'm driving by myself, if it's just me driving. But if I've got a trailer on, I do. I've got to admit I'm a little bit confused about when I'm supposed to have the hazard lights on and when I'm not. So just as a blanket precaution, I'm keeping the hazard lights on at all times whilst I'm driving in the States, because otherwise I'm going to do something wrong and I'm going to upset somebody, or I'm going to get a ticket while I'm driving and get points on my license, which I don't really want to do. And then when we get to the UK or any other country, we'll try and do things a little bit differently. Anyway, I will meet you back over at the place at the Jenz wood chipper, and not the wood chipper, the HE700. Well, it is a wood chipper, isn't it? It is chipping them up. It's just that we sell them directly and you don't see anything else. But yeah, I'll meet you back over there. I tell you what, if you could come through here in real life with a scrambler bike or a quad bike or something like that, even a mountain bike, it'd be great fun. The tracks and the angles and everything on it. I used to do a lot of mountain biking, and this is like the kind of terrain that I would have loved. I used to quite enjoy riding over. Never done a scrambler bike. I never really got into two-wheel bikes at all, or motorbikes. But quad bikes I used to do a bit on as well. That was always good fun. So yeah, I'm just thinking as I was coming through there, that would actually be really good fun. It'd be great fun on a mountain bike. It really would. You could have a lot of fun on a mountain bike through a place like this. I never used to like doing speed runs anywhere on a mountain bike. I used to like going on really difficult to access terrain, and that's sort of what I did with it. That's what I found most interesting with it. But I know everybody does things their own way. Everybody has different ways that they like to do things. What I'd like right now is for that tree to not be quite so skewed up like that. Can I get that to go in there? Hopefully that's going to start dropping. Yes, that's dropping into the trailer. Right, this is looking promising. It's a little bit peculiar being wrapped up like that. So we're going to get 2 trees and we're going to shred it into 1 meter lengths, and we're going to drop it into this trailer. And then once we've done 2 trees, we'll see if we can tip them straight into that placeable, the Jenz HE700. If we can stick them both trees in there at the same time, that is progress. That is what we're aiming to do with this. And we spent nearly $3,000 leasing this trailer. So I'm hoping that we can make $3,000 back by doing it this way, which would then at least cover the expense of the trailer. Although a tree should get us nearly, what was it? Was it like $8,000 for that last tree? So I don't know if all the trees would be getting us that much, because there's obviously some of them are smaller, so you get quite a bit less. But it'd be nice to get several. And it's also going to be interesting to see how these logs come out the trailer, because I've only ever really tried it. I tried it in Sosnyovka with a much smaller trailer, and we were doing it with the chainsaw, weren't we? So I think that the behaviour of it is going to be a little bit different. But there's one, and that's why I wondered why the trailer was lifting up in the air. It's piling up the logs there. Did we get any of the wood chips in the trailer? I don't know. That's going to be another interesting little experience, is do we have a pile of wood chips? If I can put this tree over the trailer a little bit better, we might be able to get the wood chips to fall into the trailer, because obviously we had it as a bit skewed up last time. So let me just pull forward a bit. I think that's probably enough there. Turn it round. I want to zoom in a little bit so that I can sort of see what's going on. Right, I think if we come forward a little bit more and I extend the boom out, that's got the sawmill. That's got the saw part above the trailer. So let's try that. Right, it's not dropping those. No, it is piling them up underneath the trailer. So it doesn't drop them into the trailer. It doesn't put the wood chips in. It's just putting the logs in. So you've got to collect them up from the ground. Now, there was a mod by Black Sheep Modding. I've seen it advertised, but it's not ready for release yet. It's coming at some point, but they haven't set a date. And basically, it's like a 3-point linkage box that goes on the back of the tractor or on the front of the tractor that will pick up anything. It kind of acts like a conveyor belt, like a cross between a conveyor belt and a bucket, really. That goes on a 3-point linkage of the tractor. Looks like a really good idea, and I would say it's probably better for doing harvesting potatoes or something like that, because it seems like it would be more realistic than just the regular potatoes. I've seen a potato harvester mod where basically it goes along and it harvests the potatoes, it just leaves them in a heap on the ground, and it would be more realistic to use a mod like the the box, because you would pick the potatoes. In real life, you'd go along with a box like that, and then you would throw the potatoes in by hand. So that would be kind of realistic, whereas you wouldn't drive down the field with... Well, I suppose you could do the same with a bucket on a loader. It sort of... I don't know, there was something about that box that I thought was really, really cool. The being able to pick everything up. Generally, I just really liked it. It was something about it that appealed to me a great deal. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing that, but unfortunately it's not out yet, so we're not going to have the luxury of being able to use it. So we're going to have to find some other way to pick up all of this sawdust and wood chips that are lying all over the place now that we've been doing our forestry stuff. So let me just turn here. Now I want to try and straighten up a bit. It does look like this Joskin is the type of trailer that the wheels don't straighten up when you're backing up, whereas some of them they do. So yeah, we want to come back as far as we can, and then we got to tip anywhere. So I want to come back. I think that's probably enough. So now we will try tip anywhere and see what the logs do. This is a fantastic view. Bring it up. Up it goes. Oh yes, it's working. It's working. They're coming out. It's very slow. It is very slow, but they are actually coming out. Yes. Oh, it's working like real life. It's actually doing it. You have like a pile of timber there, and you shake the tractor a little bit, and they sort of come out and they go by. Look! Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, this is absolutely awesome. Oh, I love that. Why didn't I do this before? Why have I not done this already? This is brilliant. Okay. Oh, look! They're all cascading out. This is so awesome. Oh, I am so impressed with this. This is brilliant. I've done this in real life, ladies and gentlemen. I've done this. I have gotten not into a wood chipper, obviously, not into something like this, but I've loaded up trailer loads of wood, and then you take them over to the wood store, wherever you're going to store the wood for the winter for your fireplace, and then you tip it all out, and it gets stuck like this, and then you've got to leave the trailer up in the air, and you've got to either like jerk the tractor backwards and forwards to get the logs to come out, or you go around the back and you like grab hold of a few and try and get them to move. This is fantastic. Well, let's get in the tractor. Oh, this is brilliant. Right, sorry for shouting, but this is awesome. And back up. Okay. Look, see, I'm shaking the logs out of the trailer. Oh, yes. Back up a bit. There we go. Right, the only issue that we got is that the ramp is sort of making it more difficult. Because of the angle of it, it is slightly more difficult. Let's come forward a bit. There we go. All I'm doing is just sort of driving backwards and forwards a little bit. Just shaking it. It's working. Look. They are all coming out. Oh, this is so cool. This is absolutely fantastic. Ooh, don't go too far. There we go. Another great big clump of them. I am so pleased that I decided to try doing this today. That is brilliant. Can I sort of jostle the rest of them out? Oh, maybe if I go back a little bit further. Oh, no. That just glitches them out. That's cheating. We're not going to glitch them out. We're going to do this properly. There we go. I'm wondering... I suppose actually a smaller trailer wouldn't really work. We need a bigger ramp. There is a mod, I think, that is a bigger ramp than this. I don't think we've got time to do it today, but we might have time to try it tomorrow. Not tomorrow now. It'll be next week. So we're going to do another week of this. We'll most likely be getting the sawmill in because it does look like that's what everybody wants. But yeah, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. But I do remember seeing somewhere as a bigger ramp. It's a longer loading ramp. So we could try removing this one and putting the longer ramp in here and then use that one to back up and try this again. I'd like to do another load of this. I definitely want to. We'll try and get three trees in there. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll start loading that up now. I don't think we're going to have time to do much else, but we can start loading up 3 trees into this trailer so that we can do this one more time because, oh, that was brilliant. And we won't probably get all of the tree in today. We get as many as we can, and then, because my timer is literally about to go off, it's about to start singing to say that we are running out of time. I actually have the timer set on... there it is. I actually have the timer set for 25 minutes. So I can rattle and talk for 25 minutes. And then, in theory, I should, wrap things up. But I generally overrun. And as you all know, I do tend to keep talking when I should be stopped talking. So, yeah, we'll worry about that another time. So let's just stop the tractor there. If we get one of these... Ooh, this way. If we get one more tree sliced up and into the trailer, we can then see about getting the other two at the beginning of next week into that trailer. We'll remove that ramp and we'll get the bigger ramp. I'll make sure that I've got it installed. And then next week also, we'll most likely be trying out the sawmill. It does look like people want the sawmill, so we're going to have to find somewhere to put it. And that's going to be the biggest issue, is finding somewhere to stick this sawmill. And we also... Well, I suppose one issue is going to be actually paying for it, because it's a $200,000 placeable, which is not cheap. So maybe we won't be doing it next week. It might be that we can't do it next week because of the money. What we might end up doing is... Well, I need to just bring that over a little bit more. There we go. I want the logs to go into the trailer and not rest on the side. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do the harvest next, because we've got the wheat planted, and we do need to start doing the planting up the top, so we'll plant some wheat up there. And then we can use the straw. We could sell the wheat, because obviously we don't need to keep any grains for any animals, because we're not doing any pigs, so we don't need to worry about that. That is one major blessing of not doing pigs, so we don't have to keep feed back for any of the animals. So we'll be able to sell the wheat that we get, and we can use that plus some of the... Well, we'll keep the straw for fuel for the thing, although we can use some of the wood chips as well, and we'll sell some more timber here. Yeah, I think it's going to work out fairly well. I think that is going to work out fairly well. So my question for this week is, and you probably guessed it by now, considering I've already asked it once this episode, is this one here. We have the Lizard Sagework. It's actually a sawmill, and it's by Mahu and Kevin. And what you do is you put the timber in, the logs, and you also put in wood chips or straw or wool pallets to act as fuel for it. And then it produces wood chips, so you'd be able to use the wood chips like power itself. I don't know if there's enough there to power itself. I don't know how that works. We'll have to find out. And it produces pallets of timber, and then it's pallets of timber. If you don't have anything else on the map that would use it, you can sell those at the wood chip sell point. I don't know if it adds a separate selling point, so you get more money for doing the timber, or if you get the same price for the wood chips. I've no idea on that. We'll have to find out. So do you want it or do you not want me to get this one? It's your vote. It's your game. Head in the comment section down below. Let us know what you want. And, of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote up in the top right-hand corner. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. I'm not going to cut down another tree today. I will put it over here so it's ready to cut another one next week. And tomorrow we start a brand new series on Water Valley and the Sosnovka map. I have now uploaded the save game file for the Sosnovka map onto FSUK as soon as it gets through testing, and if it's approved, I will let everybody know, and I'll provide a link in the last episode of the Sosnovka series. So if you'd like to continue playing that save game, then it will be there available for you. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.